Hello, gentlemen. Aging brings some very visible changes to your body. Some parts keep growing, like your nose and your ears. But unfortunately, there's one part that does the exact opposite, your penis. And I know that's not a conversation most doctors want to have with you, but here's the truth. If you've noticed shrinkage down there, weaker firmness, or mornings that feel empty, there are 3 circulation killers sabotaging your size right now. And the science shows you can reverse it in 4 to 8 weeks without pills or surgery. My name is Dr. Sarah Hewitt, and welcome to the Beyond the Pill channel. I specialize in male health and vascular medicine, and I promise you this isn't going to be some awkward lecture. This is a real conversation about what's happening to your body and what actually works to bring back size, firmness, and confidence. Recent studies observe that men who fix poor blood flow, boost nitric oxide production, and activate specific muscle groups see measurable changes in penile tissue health and erection quality within weeks, not months. Here's what we're covering today. First, the circulation crisis. Why blood isn't reaching your penis the way it used to. Second, the testosterone truth. How low T literally shrinks tissue. And third, the movement medicine. Exercises that pump blood exactly where you need it. At the end, I'll share a simple nitric oxide recipe you can make in your kitchen, plus a checklist to follow daily. This is all based on physiology, not fantasy. Before we jump in, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment with your age and where you're watching from. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, because we're building a tribe of men who refuse to shrink with age. All right, let's start with the number one problem, the circulation crisis nobody warns you about. Let's talk about the real villain here, your blood vessels. Your penis isn't a muscle, it's a hydraulic system. Think of it like a high-performance sports car that needs clean fuel lines and strong pressure to run. When you were younger, those fuel lines were wide open. Blood rushed in fast and hard, and everything worked like clockwork. But after 50, something silent and sneaky starts happening. Your arteries begin narrowing. Plaque builds up on the walls. Inflammation stiffens the vessels. And suddenly, the blood that used to flood your penis with ease is now trickling through like a garden hose with a kink in it. Less blood means less size, less firmness, and less confidence. It's not in your head. It's in your arteries. Here's where it gets interesting. Your penis is one of the first places you'll notice poor circulation because the arteries down there are tiny, only about 1 to 2 millimeters wide. Compare that to the arteries in your heart, which are 3 to 4 millimeters. So when plaque and inflammation start clogging things up, your penis is the canary in the coal mine. It's literally warning you that your cardiovascular system is struggling. But here's the good news. The same strategies that open up blood flow to your heart also open up blood flow to your penis. And the magic molecule behind all of this is called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like the master key that unlocks your blood vessels. It signals the smooth muscle in your artery walls to relax and expand, which means more blood rushes through. When you're young, your body produces nitric oxide effortlessly. But after 50, production drops dramatically. That's why erections get weaker, morning wood disappears, and yes, even the size of your penis when flaccid starts to shrink. Without nitric oxide, your blood vessels stay constricted, and your tissue doesn't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs to stay healthy and plump. The solution? You need to flood your system with nitric oxide boosters, and it's easier than you think. So what actually works? First, get moving. Cardiovascular exercise, even just 20 minutes of brisk walking daily, forces your blood vessels to expand and contract, which trains them to stay flexible. Second, eat foods rich in nitrates, like beets, spinach, arugula, and pomegranate. Your body converts nitrates into nitric oxide. Third, cut out the circulation killers, smoking, excessive alcohol, and processed foods loaded with sugar and trans fats. These are like throwing sand into your fuel lines. And fourth, consider L-arginine and L-citrulline supplements, amino acids that directly boost nitric oxide production. Studies show men who combine these strategies notice firmer erections and better flaccid size within 2 to 4 weeks. Here's what you can expect. In week 1, you might not feel much, but your body is already starting to repair the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. By week 2, you'll probably notice more frequent morning erections, which is your body's way of testing the plumbing. By weeks 3 to 4, firmness improves, and that shrunken feeling starts reversing, because your tissue is finally getting the blood it's been starving for. This isn't magic, it's just biology responding to the right fuel. Your circulation is the foundation of everything, and fixing it is the single most powerful thing you can do to reclaim your size and strength. Now let's talk about the hormone that built you into a man in the first place: testosterone. Most guys think testosterone is just about muscles, aggression, and sex drive. And sure, it affects all of that. But here's what most men don't realize. Testosterone directly impacts the size and health of your penile tissue. When your T levels are high, your penis stays fuller, heavier, and more responsive. When testosterone drops, which it does naturally after age 30 at about 1 to 2% per year, your penile tissue literally shrinks. It's not just about erections, it's about the actual physical mass of your penis. Low testosterone means less blood flow, thinner tissue, and a smaller flaccid size. That's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. Let me give you some numbers so you understand what's happening. At age 25, most men have testosterone levels between 600 and 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. By age 50, that average drops to around 400 to 500. By 70, many men are sitting at 300 or below. And here's the kicker. Below 300 is considered clinically low, but even being at 400 when you used to be at 800 is a massive drop that your body feels in every way. Lower T means your body produces fewer red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your tissues. It means less nitric oxide production, which we just talked about. And it means your penis isn't getting the hormonal signal to stay robust and ready. The result? Shrinkage, softer erections, and a feeling like your body is betraying you. So what raises testosterone naturally? Let's start with what actually works, not the internet myths. Number 1, lift heavy things. Resistance training, especially compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses, triggers a testosterone surge that lasts for hours after your workout. Your body sees the stress, and it responds by pumping out more T to repair and rebuild. Number 2, sleep like your life depends on it, because hormonally, it does. Testosterone is produced during deep sleep, specifically during REM cycles. One study showed that men who slept only 5 hours a night for 1 week saw their testosterone drop by 10 to 15%. Get 7 to 8 hours consistently, and your levels stabilize. Number 3, eat enough healthy fats. Testosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, so if you're on some extreme low-fat diet, you're starving your hormone production. Avocados, olive oil, nuts, fatty fish, these are your friends. Here's what doesn't work, and I'm begging you to stop wasting money on it. Random testosterone-boosting supplements with magical herb blends. Most of them do absolutely nothing. The only supplements with decent evidence are vitamin D, if you're deficient, zinc, if you're deficient, and maybe ashwagandha for stress reduction. But none of these will skyrocket your T levels if you're not also sleeping well, lifting weights, and eating real food. And please, don't fall for the trap of thinking testosterone replacement therapy is the only answer. TRT has its place for men with clinically low levels, but it comes with risks and side effects. Most men can bring their testosterone back into a healthy range naturally with consistent effort over 2 to 3 months. What can you expect? In the first 2 weeks of improving sleep, lifting, and eating right, you'll probably feel more energy and better mood. That's your brain responding to higher T. By week 4 to 6, you'll notice more frequent morning erections and stronger firmness during sex. By week 8 to 12, your flaccid size should improve because your tissue is getting better hormonal support and oxygen delivery. This is a slower process than fixing circulation, but it's just as critical. Testosterone isn't just about feeling like a man, it's about your body physically being able to maintain the size and function you were designed to have. Fix your T and you fix a huge piece of the puzzle. Here's a hard truth. If you sit for 8 hours a day, your penis is slowly suffocating. I'm not being dramatic. When you sit, you compress the blood vessels that run through your pelvis and into your genital area. Blood flow slows down, oxygen delivery drops, and over months and years, your body starts to think, well, we're not using this much, so we don't need to maintain it. That's when shrinkage becomes real. Your penis is like any other part of your body. Use it or lose it. But I'm not just talking about sexual activity. I'm talking about movement that specifically pumps blood into your pelvic region and keeps those vessels wide open and healthy. Let's start with the 3 best exercise types for penile health. First, cardiovascular exercise. Walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, anything that gets your heart rate up and keeps it there for 20 to 30 minutes. Why? Because cardio forces your entire vascular system to expand and deliver oxygen-rich blood everywhere, including your penis. Studies show that men who do regular cardio have significantly better erectile function and larger flaccid size compared to sedentary men. It's not a coincidence. Your heart is the pump, and your penis is downstream. If the pump is weak, everything downstream suffers. Second, resistance training. We already talked about how lifting boosts testosterone, but it also increases blood volume and strengthens your cardiovascular system. More blood, stronger vessels, better erections. Simple math. Now here's the secret weapon most men completely ignore. Pelvic floor training. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles at the base of your pelvis that support your bladder, bowel, and yes, your penis. These muscles are directly involved in erection firmness and ejaculation control. When they're strong, they help trap blood inside your penis during an erection, making it harder and fuller. When they're weak, blood leaks out, erections soften, and size diminishes. The good news? You can train these muscles just like any other muscle in your body. The most effective exercise is called a Kegel. Here's how you do it. Squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop peeing midstream. Hold for 5 seconds. Release. Repeat 10 times. Do this 3 times a day, and within 4 weeks, you'll notice stronger, firmer erections. But we're not done yet. Stretching is massively underrated for circulation. Tight hips, tight hamstrings, and tight lower back muscles all restrict blood flow to your pelvis. Yoga poses like the pigeon pose, butterfly stretch, and deep squats literally open up the pathways for blood to flood into your genital area. Spend just 10 minutes a day stretching your hips and lower body, and you'll feel the difference not just in flexibility, but in how much blood reaches your penis. It's like clearing out the traffic jam so the highway can flow freely again. Here's your daily 10-minute routine. 2 minutes of brisk walking or jumping jacks to warm up. 3 minutes of bodyweight squats and lunges to activate your legs and glutes. 3 minutes of pelvic floor exercises, doing 3 sets of 10 Kegels. 2 minutes of hip stretches, holding each stretch for 30 seconds. That's it. 10 minutes. No gym required. No equipment needed. Just consistent daily effort that tells your body, hey, we're still using this, so keep the blood flowing. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice more sensation and better firmness. By 4 weeks, Your flaccid size improves because your tissue is finally getting the circulation it's been begging for. Movement is medicine, gentlemen, and this is the prescription that actually works. Here's something most men don't realize. Your body does its most important repair work while you're asleep. And I'm not talking about feeling rested. I'm talking about actual physical rebuilding of tissue, including the tissue in your penis. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which is responsible for cell regeneration, muscle repair, and yes, maintaining the health and size of your penile tissue. If you're not sleeping well, you're not producing enough growth hormone. And if you're not producing enough growth hormone, your body can't maintain what it's built. It's like trying to build a house while someone keeps stealing the bricks. You'll never make progress. Let's talk numbers. Growth hormone production peaks during the first few hours of deep sleep, specifically during slow-wave sleep. For a healthy adult, this hormone surge happens around 70 to 80% during nighttime rest. But here's the problem. As you age, you spend less time in deep sleep, which means less growth hormone. Add poor sleep habits on top of that, like staying up late, drinking alcohol before bed, or sleeping in a hot room, and your growth hormone production crashes even further. Now combine that with what we already know about testosterone. 1 week of sleeping only 5 hours a night drops your T levels by 10 to 15%. So if you're sleeping poorly, you're sabotaging both testosterone and growth hormone at the same time. That's a double hit to your penile health. Now let's talk about the silent killer, sleep apnea. This is a condition where you stop breathing repeatedly during the night, sometimes hundreds of times. Your oxygen levels drop, your heart struggles, and your body goes into panic mode instead of repair mode. Sleep apnea destroys circulation, crashes testosterone, and is one of the leading causes of erectile dysfunction in men over 50. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping for air, or feel exhausted even after 8 hours in bed, get tested for sleep apnea. It's not just about feeling tired. It's about your penis literally shrinking because your body isn't getting the oxygen it needs at night. Treating sleep apnea with a CPAP machine or lifestyle changes can restore erection quality within weeks. I've seen it happen over and over. So how do you optimize your sleep for maximum hormone production and penile health? First, make your bedroom a cave. Dark, cool, and quiet. Your body produces more growth hormone and testosterone when the room is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Blackout curtains, a good fan, and no screens an hour before bed. Second, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, and consistency trains your hormones to peak at the right times. Third, avoid alcohol before bed. Yes, it makes you drowsy, but it destroys deep sleep and REM sleep, which are the phases where your body does the rebuilding work. Fourth, if you're over 50, consider magnesium supplementation. Magnesium helps relax your muscles and improve sleep quality, and many men are deficient without knowing it. Here's your body's daily health report. Morning wood. If you're waking up with a firm erection, that's a sign your circulation, testosterone, and sleep quality are all in good shape. Morning erections happen during REM sleep when your body is testing the plumbing and flushing fresh blood through your penis. If you're not getting morning wood, it's a red flag that something is off. Fix your sleep, and within 2 to 3 weeks, morning erections should start coming back. That's your body telling you, okay, we're healing. We're getting the resources we need. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your body rebuilds your size, strength, and vitality. Treat it like the non-negotiable priority it is. All right, let's get practical. Everything we've talked about so far, circulation, testosterone, movement, sleep, all of it works better when you flood your system with nitric oxide. And I'm about to give you a simple recipe that combines 3 powerful ingredients that work together to maximize nitric oxide production in your body. This isn't some expensive supplement. This is real food that you can find in any grocery store. And when you consume it consistently, You'll notice changes in firmness, energy, and yes, size within the first 2 weeks. Here's what you need: raw beets, fresh citrus like oranges or lemons, and dark leafy greens like spinach or arugula. Why these three? Beets are loaded with dietary nitrates, which your body converts directly into nitric oxide. One study showed that drinking beet juice increased nitric oxide levels by over 20% within just 2 hours. Citrus provides vitamin C, which protects nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your bloodstream, essentially making it last longer and work harder. And dark leafy greens add even more nitrates plus magnesium, which helps your blood vessels relax and expand. When you combine all three, you create a synergistic effect that's more powerful than any single ingredient alone. Here's how to prepare it for maximum absorption. Take 1 medium-sized raw beet, peel it and chop it into chunks. Add 1 whole orange, peeled, or the juice of 2 lemons. Throw in a big handful of fresh spinach or arugula. Add a cup of water and blend it all together until smooth. If you want to make it taste better, add a small piece of fresh ginger or a teaspoon of honey. Drink this on an empty stomach, ideally first thing in the morning or about an hour before lunch. Why? Because your body absorbs nitrates best when your stomach isn't busy digesting other foods. The nitric oxide boost peaks around 2 to 3 hours after consumption, and the effects last for several hours. What will you notice in the first 7 to 14 days? Most men report feeling more energy and mental clarity within the first few days. That's your brain getting better blood flow and oxygen. Around day 5 to 7, you'll probably start noticing more frequent and firmer morning erections. That's the nitric oxide opening up your penile arteries and improving circulation down there. By day 10 to 14, erection quality during sex improves noticeably, and your flaccid size looks fuller because your tissue is finally getting consistent blood flow. One guy told me it felt like his penis woke up after years of feeling numb and shrunken. That's not an exaggeration. That's what happens when you give your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild. Now here's how to amplify the effect throughout the day. Add more nitrate-rich foods to your regular meals. Watermelon, pomegranate, garlic, dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa, and walnuts. Stay hydrated, because nitric oxide production requires water. Avoid mouthwash that contains chlorhexidine or alcohol, because it kills the good bacteria in your mouth that help convert nitrates into nitric oxide. And if you want to take it to the next level, add a supplement like L-citrulline, about 3 to 6 grams daily, which your body converts into L-arginine and then into nitric oxide. This drink is your foundation. Build on it, stay consistent, and your body will respond exactly the way it's designed to. This is fuel, gentlemen. Use it wisely. If this video helped you understand what's really happening to your body and gave you real solutions you can start using today, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below telling me which tip you're going to try first, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Look, the changes you're experiencing after 50 are not a death sentence. They're a wake-up call. Poor circulation, low testosterone, lack of movement, bad sleep. These are all fixable. You've got the power to restore your size, your firmness, and your confidence without pills, without surgery, without waiting for some miracle. It takes consistency. It takes effort. But your body is fully capable of responding if you give it what it needs. Start with the nitric oxide drink tomorrow morning. Add the 10-minute movement routine. Prioritize your sleep. And watch what happens in 4 to 8 weeks. You're not broken, gentlemen. You're just underfueled. And now you know exactly how to fix it. Always remember, the truth goes beyond the pill.